Thank you very much for watching us on Motion Media, YouTube and Facebook, TikTok, X as of now. So we are here with my brother from Kenya. You know the situation in Kenya is so, is it bad or I don't know. You will give me the best term we will use because we have seen a number of strikes in Kenya, but this one is for sure superb and powerful, and it's aided by the youth. That's why I've decided to invite my brother Phelix Kajwang from Kenya to tell us the situation right now. First, greet our people from Kenya and all over Africa.
Habari zenu wa Kenya wenzangu. Mimi ni wenu Phelix Kajwang, diaspora youth leader. We are once again on air with my friend here. We are based in diaspora, following each and every situation going on in Kenya. Of late, it is heated about the financial bill 2024-2025. This has brought a lot of issues, and now the youth have taken the mantle. We are so-called, we've been rebranded to be called Gen Z. Gen Z, as you know, we are vibrant youth who are fighting for our rights. And these rights, we don't impose them to ourselves. For those who are versed with our Kenyan constitution, Article 37, clear, very clear, that we have a right to demonstrate, and our demonstrations are peaceful. Though the other side of it, the police have been taking advantage of tear gassing, and you saw some of the few youths were killed. That was a live bullet. That was in contrary to what the law described.
Like how many as of now?
So far, I saw a number of youths nursed injuries. Around about 5 were dead, live bulleting. The police enforced much force on them. And the news we were receiving yesterday, some of the various Apex Gen Z leaders were arrested or abducted.
I saw the videos were adopted.
No, the famous Ongero, Oguda,
the Rasta.
Yeah, the Rasta, they were all abducted because they are the Apex leaders who are driving this agenda of the Gen Z. Going far, the Kenyan population is majorly composed of the greater percentage, which is the youth, taking about the 35.7 million. This is ranging from the age of 19 to 35, but it should go up beyond 40. Those I'll recognize them as the youth. That's what I so far understand. In the finance bill 2024, there were various proposals, tax increases on the common commodities. The prices of the common commodities, that's when you know the tax. The basic economics of handling this, I will advise the president or the government. My basic economic understanding.
What is the difference between the government and the president?
The government, we have 3 arms of government. We have the executive, the judiciary, and which is the member of parliament as well. So there are 3 arms of government, and their main role is to enforce rules. Each and every organs have their own roles, rights to impose on the government. Now, going forward, if we follow the basic economic dynamic, how tax could be enforced. First, well, let me go back. When we are bringing this regime when we are coming up with this regime of the Kenya Kwanza regime, when they were coming up to rule, their manifesto.
You mean Ruto?
Yeah, the Ruto, the so-called Kenya Kwanza. How we were brainwashed, and what we were told, the strategy, what we were told, bottom up. And what do you understand by the bottom up? Those people who are down should be raised up. Means the prices of common commodities should be lowered at all expense. But going forward, this one was not what we are seeing now. We was fighting for the common mwananchi, the mama mboga, the border. How do we help the border in this situation where we have everybody is facing hard time, hard financial constraint? People can't even manage to pay their rent. People are struggling financially. And now the basic way to attack this is first, you can increase the tax, but what are the formula you are using? This first, you promise us to create a lot of jobs.
Yes, for youth.
And youths are waiting for these jobs. These jobs are not there. Now, almost 2 years we are coming to an end. No jobs are there. Youth are struggling. You impose tax upon them. What do you expect? You impose every budget among them. How are you going to finance this budget? Where are the resources? We don't have money to finance the budget. You increase the taxes. They can't survive. We can't survive like that. You get?
And I heard about
yes, that's why I termed as the common commodities, the milk, bread, and so forth.
How much is a kilo of maize flour?
A kilo of maize flour is running like 200 to, it's range from 200 to 250. You get, 200 to 250, which is, then you want to impose more tax on it. You get, so means many of the middle class or the youths who are struggling to get a job, they can't afford to buy a hunger. So how do you want them to live? That's the basic. Yeah, we are struggling just to achieve the basic only. And now everything, the rate of inflation is high. We can't manage this. So the basic way of how to handle this was that the government was supposed to create more jobs for the youths. Then when things stabilize, the dynamic economics aspect of this, when things try to stabilize, increase tax by bit. What about the dynamic tax implies about the demand? Yes, when there's a lot of circulation, there will be higher demand. People can be able to have purchasing power. But when people are struggling, the demand will be low. And then it's the supply. How do we increase the supplies for the common food like flour, unga? We put amount of the resources to support the 70% support the backbone of the agricultural sector. So if these farmers were not supported, those subsidies, some fertilizer, you saw the saga beyond the fertilizers, they were not the right fertilizer to support the agricultural sector. So the production was low. Since the production is low, there's food there's food shortage. So those are the challenges. So many
when I saw you going to the parliament, is there anything you have got from there?
Our strategy is to go to the parliament to make sure we go there, and we want to tell these leaders, the MCAs, the members of parliament, we youth, we have the power, and we have the power, and we are the majority. And this bill is not going anywhere. Mr. President Ruto should not assent this to become law. Unless we are going to be watch the space. Watch the space. This one will not happen. I think this is a new generation has come. Leave about what we were trying to do with the Right Honorable Baba Raila Odinga. That one was a part that there was a difference between the youth and we have the elders who are ranging from 50s being the street. But see now, this thing is all about the youth. There's no tribalism. It is a Chikuyu, it is a Luo. We are all in this. And it's our time.
I had that question. What joins you to be united?
Because if we are the youth, we can't be stable as per now. At the age of 25, 30, 35. And the life become more harder. Where are we heading to? Those are the questions we're asking ourselves. Yes. By the time you will be 50, then now, the more they hide, this is my conspiracy, or the other side, or the impact, or the negativity side, I'm viewing it. If we are not going to be stable, and now the life continue to be very hard, the lifespan, the reducing of this, means by the time you are at the age of 50, you are counting days. And in the Bible it is stated, when you are at the age of 70, at least you can tell God, now, Daddy, let me come. Yes. But now it is at the age that you are not in that bracket of reaching even 70. Because whoever has reached 70, you are well, it's well with you. This is the time we need to wake up as youth, fight for our rights. And we are within the low bracket. we are within the legitimacy that all we need, we must make sure this financial bill doesn't go through, and we are ready for it. Either we'll die for it, and we are fighting for our right.
What is next? Because I've seen people have been
We saw last week there were some various amendments. They are trying to remove some taxes, but these are just carcass. These are just carcass.
So you're
There's
not
nothing.
even
We want him to send the bill first reading, scrap all the billing. Then we have a negotiation on the room. We call the Gen Z. We are the people, the vulnerable youth. We say we don't want this tax. It is going to make the life very hard for us. Yes.
Gen Z leaders have been abducted.
But you see, Gen Z is all over the country. He's from Nairobi, from Mombasa. We are not. Yeah, we are not just coming from a small estate in like Embakasi. No, we are also been joined by various member of parliament. So, member of parliament, who is my friend Babu Owen, was on the street. Many MCs he came. He was fighting for the youth. He's a youth leader. That is a time has come that youth we also must be heard. Our voices must be respected. That's why we elected those youth leaders. It's time for the old also to step aside, so we take the role.
Have you got some information about those who were abducted?
The information you are getting in the morning is about the Rasta, the Otero, those who know Otero in Nairobi. We have various legal team trying to make sure they are freed. We have organized channel and conference where we engage our lawyers and various legal practitioners to make sure our members are released. Yes.
How many so far have been arrested?
I saw lawyer Mari who was heading the court to know does he want us to pay bonds or some fees for our members to be released. So the legal teams were were engaging the legalities to make sure these leaders are released and fight for their freedom as well.
I saw you using very well the TikTok and social media platforms.
There was rumors that the media might shut down the internet, and in 5 hours or late last night I saw the Minister for Communication giving the youth assurance that internet will be up, that none should tamper with the internet. Some were talking about the power will be off. So well, power has been on. Though the police have been engaging, the Gen Z there was running in Mombasa, running in Nairobi, and various parts of the country.
So what is next, and how many times and how long?
Our voice is about to reject the financial bill 2024-2025 because you have more negative impacts on the youth and the middle class. So, and this one will make the economy very hard. The rate of inflation will be high, and even as many people have been feeling the heat since the government came into place. So if we impose more taxes, I don't know where we are heading to.
Isaac Muara, is it Muara? Maura. Hey. Isaac Muara, the spokesperson for the government, said you are motivated by politicians.
Is beyond the motivation, but me what I believe in.
They are supporting you, those politicians.
Beyond the motivation, but what I believe, we youth are fighting for our rights. And even not the government spokesperson might say that we are motivated. Even the leaders, there are leaders who have identified themselves that they don't support the finance bill 2024-2025.
Members of Parliament.
Yes, they have declared their position. During the voting period, you saw members saying those who said yes and those who said not. And the agency, we warned them. Those who said yes again this bill to pass through, we are going to face them.
During the elections?
Not even election. They are going home.
Hey, you're going to face them when?
That's their last term. They are going home. So those who said yes for this bill to pass through, they know. And even I think they need a lot of security because it's not going to be easy for them. And they should start packing. It is gone. It's a one term. Not scaring. We don't fight, but we are motivated by our words.
Where do you get that motivation? Because I seen you were very strong.
We are very strong because this is not something which is identified as a political movement. It's something which is nationwide, is something is bigger than what people always think of. Baba will gather people at Nairobi to run in the street. Is now youth have come together to make sure that it is our time now. If we don't fight now, this generation, even our children, it will affect. So it is our time to come up and reject such bills.
What's your
The people were already feeling the burden. The life was really hard. Just imagine now impose more taxes. Yes, more taxes on the people.
do you pay tax for data, airtime, mobile money?
Yes, the new finance bill was there was one of the illustrations showing the internet charges were going to be imposed. The internet gadgets where we have laptop, phones, there was a tax which was going to impose on them. So affording affording these items like phone, you can't buy a phone, you can't get a laptop because we are driving economical, biotechnical, economical aged world. We are following that each and every youth should be well updated technologies. All companies now see.
So even if when you afford to have a phone, you will not be able to have data.
Yes, accessibility. You can't access data because you have a phone, you have to buy data. You get.
I've seen police maintaining at least some level of maturity, safeguarding you and
Bit level of maturity, but all in all, police will always be police. African police, you understand,
yes.
where we were told don't enforce much forces on the common wananchi. Others you will see they will be shooting live bullets, and today you will realize others have been killed. You get. So far, I stand for reject Financial Bill 2024. That's our stand.
What is your prayer to the president? Because you're a leader.
My prayer for the president, I should come out and listen to engage the Gen Z generation. Let's have a mutual engagement and promise us that this bill is not going to pass because he is also feeling the heat now. He has seen what the bill contains and is going to put the life of Kenya to be very, very hard. So we should step aside if he needs a room for negotiation. But we don't need negotiation. We just need him to drop that bill and give us what he promised us. Give us the jobs, create the jobs for the youth. That's what we need. Yes, protect the Mama Mboga as we demonstrated on the manifesto. Let him fulfill. Make sure that the subsidies to boost the agricultural sector are given and farmers are able to produce much agricultural commodities. Let him fulfill in mandates and manifesto. That's what we need. We don't need these stories. We want to raise the revenues, collection. We impose more tax so we can get much revenue collection to offset our debt. We are not part of that.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for watching Moshian Media. Jungi Moses here in Uganda. This is my brother Phelix Kajwang. He's a leader in Kenya, basically in diaspora. And we have been sharing here some information. I think Kenyans will get some highlights and those one in Uganda and in the world. Greetings to my brother, my elder, my leadership, ambassador of African tourism, Kenneth Kajube. I love you so much and all people in Africa and the world in general.